Whatever it takes is what I'm gonna do.
Let 'em say we're crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
Hello, I'm Dom Valdez, the Chief Instigator of the Cancer Care Centre. Halton Haven itself was based at Murdershore in Runcorn, but we serve the whole of Halton. The centre's been in existence now for just over 6 years. The last 3 years we've offered residential care on this site. 18 months ago the second extension was created, which we were very proud of because that was hand-built by volunteers. It now gives 18 beds, 18 bedrooms, where we offer tender loving care. The demands now made on the Haven are such that we now have to go out and seek the funds to create a further 10-bedroom extension. And it's back to you, the public, who've supported us all the way, who've made it possible for us to have the Haven, and to help the people whose needs we try to meet here at the Haven. We've come a long way in the last 3 years, certainly. Probably far faster along the line than any other establishment of a similar nature. But the centre still remains very unique. Unique in the fact that there's still a lot of volunteers on site, although there is a full professional staff. The staffing levels are such that doctors and everybody now acknowledge the fact that it's a very well staffed place, both professionally and with the non-professional, which still has a lot to give in the sense of caring. We try to encourage the cancer sufferer to believe that yes, there is a tomorrow, it's worth fighting for and it's worth going for.
To give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
Let 'em say we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby. Don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever.
As a matter of fact, it's a very lively place. The atmosphere is such that you can feel the atmosphere, we think, when you walk in. That's created both by the staff and by the residents here. You see, the cancer sufferer becomes our friend. They're their doctor's patients. But we see to all their needs, but we go one step beyond looking after just the physical comforts. There's a thing called mental comfort. The fact that they can borrow our ears and express to us a lot of hopes and a lot of fears. The fear is the thing that people need to get out the way, because an acceptance of the situation actually comes a lot of relief. There is a book, well, not a book really, it's a journal, which is about to be released. It goes on sale actually, and trying to explain how the cancer sufferer views Halton Haven or the Cancer Care Centre. There's been a lot of good times, there's been a lot of bad, but we've always come through. And with the public's help again, we're going to make it again. You've listened to the music on the tape that says nothing's going to stop us now, nothing will.
Together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us.
Ooh, all that I need is you. All that I ever need.
We will create the extension. God knows where the money will come from, but it will come. But it will come with your help. I intend to make sure that Halton Haven is the best in the land. We're off to a very good start now because of its staffing levels and so forth, the great mixture of professional and non-professional, and the great acceptance that everybody's got something to offer. And there's always something good in everybody that's there to offer. You tap a talent that people probably didn't know they had. Certainly I didn't when I created it. I was amazed. The only thing I could do was look a cancer sufferer in the eye and say, hello, I believe you have cancer, and chat with them honestly. And I think that's where I got all my grounding for what was to come later with the residential facility. What triggered that off was the fact that some of the day group died alone. I never wanted that. I wanted them to know that there was a place where they could come to, a place where they could be cared for, and a place where love would be the all-consuming thing, where they would know they were wanted and cared for, and we'd get them through for whatever. Some go home, which is great, and carry on living, because you see, if you have cancer, you have to live with it. You don't sit back and just wait to die from cancer, because not everybody does. If everybody who had cancer and has recovered from it stood up and was counted, I think everybody would get quite a shock to find so many people do overcome through the treatment sometimes. Sometimes a natural remission occurs, for many reasons, but always with the idea you have got resources of your own to help fight back, and you must fight back. I can't tell anybody how to fight, and they can't explain to me how they fight. But something happens inside where they make tomorrow worth aiming for and make today worth living. So, if you see one of our cans, or a raffle, or the lottery being advertised, if you can help us, we'd be more than appreciative. And do remember, all the money raised is spent here at the Haven in purchasing the equipment, in building extensions, but spent locally and accountable for locally. So please, would you please be generous next time you come across one of our fundraisers, or even become a fundraiser yourself. Thank you very much.
Very pleased to meet you. Yeah. Yes. Oh, but he was in hospital last time, yes.
Who's doing that?
I told you it was good, John. Get everywhere.
Do you know how to mix coffee and that?
You don't.
Curtsy, and just hold it for a second, don't rush about it, will you? Can you remember to smile as well?
We've all been filmed videos all day. And Dom Valdez.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
6 points over there.
Well, it's great. What's this hippo you've got on you? You've got a hippo.
Magnum.
He likes to think he looks like Magnum.
Oh, yeah. Because everybody's told you that they're Magnum. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is that your hero, Magnum? Yeah. Yes, it is. Oh, that's great. Oh, really? Oh, that's good. And you go for Magnum too, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's good you've got.
Well, yes.
It's good you've got girls in the garden. 6? I might have expected it from you, Tom. I might have expected it. You were very busy, weren't It's been a haven for you, I bet it has. And they're lovely ladies, aren't they, that look after you?
Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't play.
You look wonderful. You've got lovely hair, do you have done today? You look super, you really do. So it looks like it's doing you the world of good.
It has.
Well, this is my little home.
Isn't it? It's a little nest, isn't it?
Yes, little nest.
Yes.
Rather big
But it's
one,
important to have that,
It
isn't it?
is, yes.
Just so you feel
I found
secure,
it.
you know.
Yes.
And then, of course, when everybody, with nurses around you, they can, just in case there's a problem, you can just make sure you're all right. It's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yes, very good.
Oh, that's great. Well, it's lovely to see you today.
Yes, thank you very
You look so
much.
nice, your hair and everything.
You look nice.
Oh, I don't know.
Hello.
Do you work here?
Lucy's niece.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, I'm a
I
guest today.
thought you looked, there's similarity somewhere along the line.
Don't worry, Lucy, you're still the best looking one.
So that all the girls.
Well, yes, no.
Bye, Steve.
Very nice.
Bye.
Right. Are you want to come and do it again? There is only one.
That's it. There isn't a special smile.
Before I invite Her Royal Highness to unveil the plaque, may I just say a few words on behalf of my Amanda's appeal. Most of the people here today know a lot about my Amanda, her ideas and her hopes for the unit. Some of you do not. For those of you who never met her, I will tell you what a warm and loving person she was. I am sorry that she is not here today in body, but I know that she is here in spirit. And as it is still an appeal, I will still ask that each of you here today buy a raffle ticket or give a small donation for my Amanda. Even Sarah, Her Royal Highness, bought a branch. I would like to thank Her Royal Highness yet again for attending the opening today. I would also like to thank Dom Valdez for offering us the unit to make my Amanda's dream a reality. But for the man who actually made it all happen, it was the meeting between Amanda and him that started all this off. We all have to give a big thanks to John Lloyd, to whom we all owe a debt of gratitude. I would now like to invite Her Royal Highness to step forward and unveil the plaque to commemorate the opening of my Amanda's unit and to sign her portrait.
And I passed this wonderful person in bed, and I sat down and I was having such a good fun talk, and we were chatting about lots of different things. As I said to Shirley in the room in there, I forgot that it was Amanda who was the one who was ill, and I started almost wanting to tell her my problems or what I was doing. That was the kind of person Amanda was, and in that short time, she and I suddenly had this wonderful way with her. I just really got on well with her, and look, you can see what a great person she was. Anyway, so I just said, well, I've got to come to Liverpool, I've got to come and see you, I've got to, I just got enthusiastic, as the whole family is like that. I mean, you all probably know Shirley and Deborah and Edward and everybody, and it's just amazing, the whole feeling of a unit and happiness, and that's what Amanda, and this is what it's today, we're standing in Amanda's happiness, really, isn't it? I mean, you can feel her around, and it's such a very special day, and I'm so pleased to be here, and I'm really pleased. I'm delighted to officially open the Amanda Edwards appeal unit. Amanda Edwards unit. But before I say that, don't think you've got away lightly, because I think just because we're opening it today doesn't mean to say it's the end of it. We've got to keep it up and running. By December we need a few more things done, don't we? And our next year it's got to keep going, and the year after, and then maybe another home, and then another home, and we just got to keep going. So this is just the beginning. long hair here. Haircut.
Very nice portrait.
Thank you very much. What's the 26?
And I would like you to accept this small presentation on behalf of the Amanda Edwards Committee.
Thank you very much. Very well.